Hello everyone, hope you are well on this Wednesday evening. I'm going to start off again with a little bit of puppy time. So many people like it and keep requesting it, so I have Ella say hello. We'll say hello again. How was your day? How was your day? Did you have naps? Did you take a lot of naps today? Yeah. I heard there was a little incident that took place today in the neighborhood. Did you see the incident? Yeah? Did you handle it? Okay. You're good now? All right. I'm going to go do the rest of the video now. Is that okay? You're good? Okay. Okay. All right. Come on down. There you go. Make your bed. Okay. Okay. Good way to start, I think. There was I'm going to talk about an incident that took place today in the neighborhood. Now, I was at work, but Mrs. Dawg told me the story. So I'm going to talk about that and how I believe it's related to the way we prepare for things just in general, whether it's a large scale incident, SHTF, or not. It could be, and it can happen at any time, especially in the world we live in today. Okay. Also, I have a good verse I will share as well. So, like I said, I was not here for this, but this happened today in our neighborhood. Now, we have, just to let you know, we have a small neighborhood, like 35 houses here. We have community mailboxes set up that are kind of at the of one end of our property over here. And so the neighborhood generally is pretty quiet. People just pretty much keep to themselves, wave, there's some talking usually, especially around the mailbox area. It's kind of a little common area at times. People are getting their mail and will exchange hellos and all that. So 99.9% of the time, you can walk up there and get your mail and not have an incident, not have a bad experience, okay? So Mrs. Dawg was doing her daily thing, walking up there to get the mail. This is right at the end of our backyard, basically, on the corner, down the curb here. And so she said when she was walking up towards the mailboxes, she noticed there's another neighbor, a man that was jogging. Now, he was on the other side of the road, jogging down one direction, and coming the other direction, right as she was walking up to this area, coming the other direction, it was a dog, a German Shepherd. Now, this is, we know that this dog is a puppy, still a puppy, but they're big, a big full-size puppy. German Shepherd was running up, unleashed, running up the sidewalk towards the man that was jogging. Behind the dog is the owner, a young woman who's trying to catch up to the dog, has no leash with her. The dog got out, running free. So according to Mrs. Dawg, now I think she handled this well. Mrs. Dawg is proceeding to the mailbox. Okay, that's her goal, and that's what she does. But what happened is, as she's coming to get the mail and all, the man starts to yell at the young woman, telling her, how irresponsible you are. This dog's not on a leash. You don't even have a leash in your hand. Just really just letting her have it, just yelling. He stops and does this. Okay. So there's an altercation taking place in progress here. Okay. The dog is still running around. So Mrs. Dawg continues to the mailbox, puts the key in the mailbox, getting the mail out. The dog comes to her, gonna greet her, I guess. Comes up. He just wants to play. All right. But he's kind of big, so some people would take that, as a threat, of course. Now, we're dog people, and Mrs. Dawg said, I said, what did you do? She said, I got the mail out of the box. The dog comes up to me, and I just said hello. I said hello, and just kept it moving. Got the mail, closed it up, said hello to the dog, turned around, straight back to the house. While this altercation is going on over here, they continued yelling at each other, these other two folks. Unusual for this neighborhood, but you never know these days, right? So this is already a volatile situation in progress. Could have gotten much worse. Now, Mrs. Dawg said that she also had, when she saw what was in progress here, she always carries pepper spray, even just going to the mailbox, not even 100 yards away over here. She had her pepper spray ready to go just in case. And I said, was that for the dog? And she says, I was more concerned about the humans than the dog. Okay. So she said, my concern, I just want to get the mail, get back to the house, and protect our dogs. Because our dogs heard what was going on, were yelling, were barking, but we have them fenced in our back, a portion of our backyard. They're always in the fence. But I'm to the point where we, when we have our dogs in the backyard, they're smaller dogs. I don't like them to be out there unattended, so one of us or both of us is usually out in the backyard with them. Okay, you just never know. You never know these days what can happen. I hear stories of dogs getting stolen. You have predators. We're kind of in a semi-rural country setting out here. You have all kind of stuff happening, all kind of critters out there, human and animal. So she told me about this, and I said, I think you handle it perfectly. There's no reason for you to get involved. Your concern was safety and getting back to the house as quickly as possible and protecting the home and the two doggies, our two doggies. Okay. And she said she got back, got inside the fence in the backyard, grabbed Ella, took her in, and then got Teddy in. Okay. So that was the proper thing to do. And I just think that, while this incident didn't blow up and get a lot worse, it could have. Thankfully, it did not. It's something to think about now. And what it made me think about is, I think Mrs. Dawg used a little bit of gray man, gray woman kind of principles here as well. Just kept it moving. Don't be the aggressor. Remove yourself. Put space between yourself and a situation like this and get out of there. Okay. And it made me think too that, with today's society, with everybody's nerves frayed, tempers are short. You hear every day multiple things that are going on everywhere about anything from road rage to neighbors fighting to people in stores, fights, school, at work, everywhere. Okay. And the way people are right now, and that's the way it is now. Okay. Can you even imagine if we had a real emergency, a real SHT, a large scale, widespread SHTF situation, if and when that happens? Even a localized problem, even a power outage that goes on for 6, 8, 12 hours a day or longer. Can you imagine if you have a power outage that goes on for several days to a week, like the folks in Florida affected by the hurricane know what I'm talking about. They're feeling it, still are probably. But I believe, if you really had a real breakdown of things, what would it be like then? I think it could be unimaginable. I think it would not take very long. The state of the shape of our society right now, the way people are behaving, it would not take much. It would not take long for something like, you have a situation like this, like a power outage or some kind of emergency, for it to totally go sideways, okay, and turn all the way upside down and be like scary bad, all right? That's what it made me think about. And I think this was just she handled it very well. And that's the way you would want to do it in a large scale emergency in progress. You want to get to safety. You want to remove yourself from aggression, from a potentially dangerous situation. Have your defensive measures ready, but don't use it unless you absolutely have to. That's the last resort. Okay. So I just wanted to share that story, and it just goes to show you it can happen in an instant. It can happen anytime, any day, even in a quiet 35 home neighborhood. Okay, that's usually like really quiet. So But just think about that. Think about where you are. Think about where you go, and how you would handle something similar, or how you've done that in the past. You may have already had an experience like that. Share that. Share that with us. But it's kind of like go gray. Blend in. Don't call attention to yourself. Don't stand out too much. Blend in with the crowd. Keep it moving, and get out. All right. That's the way. That's the way I look at it. So protect your own, protect yourself, your family. All right. Okay. Share your thoughts on that. The awesome verse that I have today is from Luke. Luke chapter 12, verse 40, from the words of Jesus, says, "You also must be ready, because the Son of Man will come at an hour when you do not expect him." Amen. From the words of Jesus, be ready. Be ready. It can happen anytime. And the way things are going, you see the signs. They're not all there, but the way things are going and what you hear every day, it could be in our lifetime. It may be years from now. Who knows? But the more, with every day passing, it's almost like, dang, we might see this thing. So even more incentive to be ready and keep praying, keep preparing. All right. All right, then, y'all be safe, be on guard, and God bless you. See you soon.